Greetings, and once again, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. Also, I wanted to showcase this. One second, kind of messing up my camera angle there. You can change your character's mood in this game with emotes. Like, currently I have my character's mood set to sleepy, so it makes her look like this. And keep yawning like every 5 seconds. But there's tons of other ones if you want to do that. For now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually, play the game properly. Also, my UI is a little bit messed up, I'm noticing, because I'm actually playing this on a different screen because I had to replace my old screen. It wasn't working anymore. So, this is pretty hard to read the health bar up here, so I might have to fix that actually first before I do anything. And there we go. Everything should be fixed to a, decent level now. You can actually see stuff. One thing I've always loved about this game is just how customizable everything is. I wish it was possible to see where the last page is, but the quest tracker doesn't actually work inside caves. And is there some sort of possible branching path over here? Maybe that's something I missed, or maybe it's just a stupid dead end, because all the dead ends I was running into last time. I noticed, though, in my inventory there were a couple of these boxes I hadn't opened yet, so maybe one of them has something useful. Well, inside these boxes were definitely a few items that could be useful. And remember, it's not cheating because of the fact that every player should get these boxes, so, it's not like special treatment like those other boxes that I still haven't touched yet. It's already been a while since I was last playing, if I admit, so I'm kind of intimidated by the thought of jumping straight into the danger once again. Nope. Forgetting all the button combinations. It's kind of ridiculous how one enemy can take out half my health bar so easily. The two enemy dilemma. Let's see if any of these items will be useful, possibly. Out of combat regeneration could definitely be useful just in terms of, speeding up the process of healing. This one gives me a massive increase in maximum morale, so that could definitely be super useful. Might have to use that if I keep getting stuck. But, it feels like I'm pretty close to being able to finish this quest, so I don't know if I really want to use it here. I feel like I could do this quest. I mean, see, look at that. I was only able to lose, 40 health there instead of 100. So it's possible if I use the correct attacks. So which way have I not gone on the map again? I think there was a path that way that I haven't technically taken before. Yeah. Don't like taking on multiple of these guys at the same time. It doesn't make me feel safe. Oh. I messed up my camera, which got me killed, but since I have a revive, I may as well do it. You know what, I'm using that regeneration thing because dying over, just waiting to health to respawn is ridiculous. Oh, this time I only triggered one guy, that's very helpful. Trapper guys seem to be a little bit tougher than the hunter ones. Wait, there it is. There's the last cocoon. We're almost home free, boys. We just gotta get through a couple more of these idiots. And then we'll finally finish this stupid quest. And then honestly, I'm genuinely considering that idea of going to the Shire for a little while. I noticed maybe the poison is probably, you know, affecting me, and you know, last time I was trying to defeat some of the enemies. I'm often very focused on what attacks I'm using that I'm not even really looking at the enemy as much as I'm looking on what skill has reloaded. Can I just click on this and not have to bother with any more fights, possibly? Don't slide down the cliff into the enemy, please, if possible. Well, there we go. At long last. Time to get out of here. I don't even care if they kill me on the way out.
I can see you're busy, so I'll just be going now.
We got all the pages, and also, I believe you can... wrong button. Also the wrong button. Man, why do I not remember any of my combinations? I know I had set something to open the inventory, but it is currently not working. Seems like some of my button combinations are not active for some reason. Be right back. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I was just pressing the wrong button the whole time.
Oh dear. What a silly idiot I am.
But yes, all 5 of the pages here, I believe, can be read by clicking on them. Unless I am mistaken. Yes, as you can see here. I'll have to read that, but I don't really feel safe reading it in the midst of the spiders, so yeah, I'm gonna head back to Archit first. And here, let me read the letters now.
I've gone further into the cave today. There seems to be no end to the twists and turns or the spiders in this area. I have done my best to not get lost, but I fear I may already be there. I still have no idea why these spiders are here. There are several larger queen-like spiders here, but I do not think they are steering this brood. I will look more tomorrow. For now, I have found a rock to sleep behind. I hope these spiders don't like the taste of dwarf. My 3rd day in this spider-infested hole has come and gone, and I got no further today. I think I may have gone around in several circles since I found the rock I slept behind 3 times today. I'm not sure if this place has an inn, but I found an interesting-looking cellar of some small supply shed. I peeked around and found an overrun farm. That did not seem to be my answer either. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. I think I will spend my night in the cellar. It may be a little safer. I went back into the caves, but I had little more luck than before. I know I'm missing a turn someplace that will lead me closer to the queen's nest, and hopefully an answer to the spider's presence here. I suspect these are no ordinary spiders, for as I even now prepare to sleep, I deem I can hear whispered voices. It is my 5th day within these dismal tunnels, and I am no closer to finding the queen. I have no doubt, however, as to the intelligence of these creatures. They hunt me now, day and night, though I elude them still. It is strange, but I believe I have heard one of the beasts mention Spiderbane. There is no doubt now. These spiders and their queen are here for Otley Spiderbane. They seek to use me as bait for Otley, but I will not give them that leverage. My axe will drink their blood. Ere this night is through, I will not!
You know, I don't think I've ever read those messages before. All this interesting lore you can discover by reading all these secret things. Man, the text on this screen is ridiculously small. At least it all fits in the box.
I cannot believe it. Bally, gone? He must be avenged. And this journal tells me what is behind this. A spider queen from the Blue Mountains. She and her brood must have followed me from Thorin's halls. Know this, even if I am slain, she will never leave this place. She has found easy prey here. We must destroy her, or Archit shall become a new abode for the queen and her spawn.
I accidentally forgot to turn off the experience disabler while turning in that quest. Oh well.
Oh dear. What a silly idiot I am.
I mean, I still got the shoulder pad thing, so it wasn't worth nothing. This Spider Queen, Ionaith by name, and her ways are known to me. She will have hidden herself in Spriggly's house and blocked all the entrances save one. If you search the tunnels below the house, I would wager you will find a hidden passage leading to Ionaith's lair. The vile thing must be slain or Archit will be overrun by her brood. Would that I were hale and could heft an axe. But that time has passed. Now the mantle of Spiderbane must pass to you, if you will have it. I wish you well in facing her. Well, if we already struggled with some basic spiders, I'm not so sure about fighting the queen. I mean, we could try once before we, you know, peace out to the Shire. But that's probably the only attempt I'm gonna give it because, I don't have very high hopes. I'd have to get really close to defeating her for me to give it a second shot.
If you're wondering why I'm heading this way instead of to the tunnels where I just was, because I believe it's faster to take the entrance that's at Spriggly's farm, because there's also an entrance to the tunnels over there. As he was saying, oddly Spiderbane, you know, the spider should be closer to that area. Oh. What was with that animation of my character falling over? That was ridiculous. Already we have the double enemy. That's not a good sign. As you can see here, we're in technically the same location as before. I really need to defeat one of those guys really quickly because delaying defeating one of them is like asking for death. Like, look at this. Oh, wait a second. Something's wrong. Where is my healing skill? It's not listed here. No wonder I'm having trouble.
Oh dear. What a silly idiot I am.
I just remembered something. I know why I don't have my healing skills, because I changed my trait tree to the... Oh, wrong button. Wrong button again. Here it is. I may need to go back to this path, possibly. It's nice that you can so easily switch between the multiple trait tree options. But, yeah, I mean, I know I didn't even make it to the boss, but, like I said, my faith of defeating the boss is not very high, so I think it's time that we depart this area.
Captain, there's a guy we can scare.
I had 4 biscuits, and I ate 1. Then I only had 3.
Can't remember if this guy has any options you can travel to. Oh yeah, you can travel to South Bree from this guy, which is where I want to go. It'd be easier than just, you know, going myself probably. You just put my controller down. Just sit back and relax while the character automatically travels. What's nice about swift travel that you unlock, or not unlock, but exists for most other traveling in the game, but for some reason not a lot of these early areas, is that it just instantly, essentially just teleports you straight to where you want to go, instead of showing your character riding the horse like this. There's a lot of interesting locations around here, some quests that I'm probably going to do eventually, but not right now. Like I said, we're heading to greener, safer pastures for now. And, well, here we are. Well, I mean, this isn't technically the place I wanted to go, per se, because I believe I actually have to be at Northern Bree to get to the Shire. There's a ton of places you can travel to from here, though. But yeah, none of them are where we actually want to go, so I probably should have dismounted mid-travel, which is a nice thing you can do. Like, if you want to go somewhere specific and not the actual destination of the horse, then you can just dismount in the middle of the travel and stop there. What's nice is you can also move while you have the map open, too, if you want to see where you're going better. Bree is a very interesting town, but unfortunately most of the quests are out of our level range currently, so, you know, no point in sticking around here, but we'll definitely be back in the future. This is the guy we are looking for. Not
How
that I
can I
care
be
about
of
his
service?
name, but I know what he does, which is that he can send us to the Shire or Arid Luin if we wanted to go there too. There's a bunch of other quests that should be about our level, but like I said, we are going to the Shire because that is the place that will probably be the least stressful for now. I know this is supposed to be a hard mode. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be easy because you still have to fight enemies even though it's a Shire, just less frequently. Plus the quests here are pretty fun and unique from the rest of the game, so it'd be worth showing them off, I think. Let me just dismount. I don't need to go. Actually, what's this guy? Oh yeah, that's right, the bounders. Let me talk to this guy so I can unlock the horse.
Hello there.
Let's talk to this guy. Also, I should probably take off the experience disabler for now, since I don't know when the next combat is going to be. Gotta talk to some people first. Let me get a drink of water before I talk to this guy. Let's see. Let's go with this quest first.
I'll take a moment of your time.
Thus tell your one what helps those in need. Well, if you want to help us Shire folk, you'll have to join the Bounders. Most hobbits are friendly enough, but suspicious of strangers. As a Bounder, they'll trust you. At least a bit, anyway. If you want to join the Watcher's Bounder, you'll have to speak to the second sheriff. He's the only one who can sign you up. You'll find him in Michael Delving near the town hall. Second Sheriff Bunce is respected by most folk, so if he says you're a right sort, they'll listen. Feeling a bit cooped up here in the Shire, eh? No. I just came here because I was feeling cooped up in Breeland, where you're trying to send me based on the name of this quest. But anyway. I say you should go to Bree, where the men dwell. There's bound to be work for an interpreting sort like yourself. Head east along the road and you'll reach the gate of Bree before you know it. Stay to the road, mind you. The Bounders don't stray far from the Shire. When you reach Bree Town, speak to the mayor. He's a friendly fellow and might find a use for your talents. Yeah, I think I'll do that later when we return to Bree inevitably, but not now. Well, anyways, this Bounder quest should send us to where we need to go. I love the trees just magically appearing in the background. This is definitely not a video game from 2007 or anything like that. Why am I walking? I have a horse. Am I an idiot? Don't answer that.
Oh dear. What a silly idiot I am.
Like, look at this, like, massive selection of quests around here.
Hello there. You wouldn't mind helping me out with a game of hiders and seekers, would you? You see, my friends Daisy and Polo have convinced me to play, even though they always hide in the same places. It isn't nearly as much fun when your friends are so unimaginative, as I'm sure you realize. It would be fantastic if you could round them up for me. I'll give you a coin or two if you help me out. But I don't know how many more times I can pretend to be surprised that Daisy is hiding in the bushes next to the Peony Grub's home, or that Polo was crouched behind the carved statue of Marto and Blanco. You'll find the statue carved in a large tree stump just south of here, and I'm sure that Polo Brockhouse is hiding right by it. Southeast of the statue, there's a small hill with several hobbit houses behind a wooden fence. Daisy thinks the bushes to the right of the Peony Grub's house are a clever place to hide. Find my friends for me, and next time I'll try to tell them I don't feel like playing hiders and seekers. See, like, we could be dealing with spiders and brigands and other nonsense, or we could be playing hide and seek. One of these is clearly the superior option. I know what this quest is, so I'm going to talk to this guy last, actually. Let me go over to these other guys first. Mayor Whitfoot set aside some money to refurbish Town Hall in Michael Delving, but it seems the carpenters haven't received it, and they won't work unless they are paid. One of the mayor's other assistants, Griffo Boffin, was supposed to make sure the carpenters received the money. He hasn't shown up for work, though I'm worried that something has happened to him. He lives up in Needlehole, far to the north and beyond the Rushok Bog. Please visit Griffo, make sure he's all right, and then return here with the missing money. Griffo lives near the center of Needlehole. The best way to get there is to head east to Waymeet, then follow the road north and west through the Rushok Bog until you reach Needlehole. I would do it myself, but I'm responsible for making sure the mayor's image remains untarnished, and, well, with Mayor Whitfoot, that's a job that takes more hours than there are in a day. So, you were sent my way, were you? Of course. We usually only accept hobbits, Shire folk, you understand. But these are not usual times, I'm afraid. And we can use any any person of goodwill we can find. Help out as many Shire folk as you can, and you'll rise through the ranks. All who would protect the people of the Shire are welcome. We hobbits are a peaceful folk, and our cares may seem of small importance to others. The delivery of the mail, the tasting of fine foods, the lighting of fireworks. But do not be misled. Our peaceful ways are threatened, and danger can be found in the unlikeliest of places. Aid the Shire folk with their daily concerns, but if you travel to more distant villages, such as Needlehole, Overhill, or Brockenborings, bring a weapon with you, Bounder. Life is dangerous on the borders of the Shire, and the further you get from Michael Delving and Hobbiton, the more likely you are to see trouble. There we go. Showing what I was talking about, that there can definitely be dangers around here. And by the way, the whole atmosphere of the Shire is just very relaxing and different from anything else you can find in quite any other game, in my opinion. But anyways, let's finally talk to this guy. If the reputation of the Quick Post Service is to be restored, you simply must help with my deliveries. There on the table you will find a satchel that must be delivered to Postman Twofoot in Waymeet as quickly as possible. Would you mind taking it to him? Postman Twofoot can be found northwest of the crossroads in Waymeet. Don't dilly-dally. The Quick Post Service has fallen on hard times in the past few months, and we must double efforts and half our problems. The mail must be delivered, not only on time, but with plenty of time. Let no nosy hobbits interfere with your duty, and don't let the satchel get wet. The ink will run and be no good to anybody. See, I was referring to this quest where as soon as you click on the table, you'll be given an item which you have to carry, and until you reach the destination, you're basically stuck doing that quest, so I'm not going to click on this table just yet. Man, look at this absolute piece of artwork. The bird and baby, like, man, whoever drew that is an absolute legend, surely. Looks like there's a quest inside here. There's also a quest on, like, this place at the top of the hill over here, but let's go inside here first. Hello there. Haven't seen you here before. Sit down, take a mug of my Blackgrove's Brown. Good stuff, ain't it? Best you've ever had, no? Ah, well. You see, I've been entering the All-Farthing Brewing Moot every year like clockwork for nigh on 50 years now, and not one prize to my name. But this time, I think I got the smell of the best in show. See, I just heard that my old great-granddad, a took he was, who ran the Bird and Baby in his day, won the most prized most every year he entered. They say his brown was the best ever, but it seems the recipe died with him, because the bird just hasn't been able to compete since those days. I'm thinking he might have written down his recipe somewhere. If it would be anywhere, it would be in the Great Smiles, over in Tuckborough, to the east of Michael Delving. I wonder, would you mind going over there and take a look? If you find that old recipe, I'll give you the first taste of the new brew. Gotta find this guy's recipe, apparently, for him, even though we just met this guy. He's already having us do deliveries for him. But I guess that's every character in a game ever. It's always interesting when you find these doors you can't go in without some sort of requirement. Apparently you need some sort of reputation with the in-league to actually go inside that door. It's interesting how you can see it's a room on the map, but they don't actually have, like, a passageway to get there because, you know, they just won't let you. Unless, of course, you have the reputation. It's funny how they actually managed to make you feel a bit cramped inside these hobbit buildings because the roofs are so low. I wonder if it's possible to go up this cliffside here. Shortcut? Shortcut City, my boys. Let's see. Hopefully this is the last quest. There's probably more quests around here. Wow, the map is in a terrible spot for this location. Probably best somewhere over here. Or up here. And probably, let's just put it over here for now.
Oh yes, good day to you. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I have just received word that Adelard Took has found a copy of the original writ penned by the old king. This writ granted the Falahide brothers, Marco and Blanco, the lands that became the Shire. It is a most exceptional find. True, I already have a copy of the document, but it is in very poor shape. If this copy is in better condition, it would be a marvelous addition to the Matham house. Would you go to Tookland and speak to Adelard about this find? I believe you can find him in the Great Smiles in Tuckborough.
Another door that requires a reputation. Those are pretty rare, and it's funny how they have two, like, right here next to each other. Pretty good view from on top of this barrel, if I can stay on. Not a barrel, it's a box, but yeah. Just the true vastness that, well, camera spinning a bit fast there. Yeah, trying to spin the camera with the control stick is not the best idea. I think I need to do the, do it like this. A little bit janky, but, less, you know, so fast that you can't even see what's... Why is that tree, like, halfway loaded in the distance? Looks kind of weird. Well, anyways, my quest tracker is automatically trying to send me to pick up the mail, but, like I said, that'll, you know, get me stuck. So I think before I do that, I was probably gonna, find the hide-and-seek people, at least. Since I don't really need to, you know, do anything except, you know, click on them when I find them. What do you know?
Ha! Rolo sent you to find me, did he? It always takes him so long to find us. Just between you and me, I don't think he's very good at hiders and seekers. I'll stay here and think about where I can hide for our next game. Rolo sent you to look...
That was the worst girl voicing acting I've done yet. Let me try that again.
Rolo sent you to look for me? Oh, he always gives up so easily. I'm not sure that you can do that in a game of hiders and seekers. I'm pretty sure it's against the rules. If you don't find the hiders yourself, you aren't much of a seeker, are you? Anyway, I'll wait here until Rolo finds everyone else. This is a great hiding spot, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 10! Now, where is he?
I'm right here, sir.
Let's talk to this.
A moment of your time.
Excuse me, I was about to say something. I was going to say, let me talk to this person.
I've received a most distressing letter. My good friend Dora, she's a chicken farmer near Waymeet, has written to say that a pack of wolves has invaded the Shire and driven her from her farm. She's staying in Waymeet for the time being, but the sooner she can get back her farm, the better. Can you help? Just take the northeast road right to the center of Waymeet. You just tell Dora Brownlock that I've sent you to help her with her wolf problem. Wolves in the Shire. What's going on in the world these days?
Also, another person. This is not the same person as that one over there, even though they look pretty similar.
You're just the sort I was hoping to come along. A bounder. My brother up in Brockenborings is a bounder. So ordinarily I would ask him for help with this, but Brockenborings is such a long way from here. And I really want to get this problem taken care of as soon as possible. There's a terrible infestation of shrews to the east of here, beyond the delving fields, and they're burrowing deep into the soil and ruining the greenery. If you could find some of their burrows and close them up, that should keep those filthy little beasts from straying near to the town. It's your duty to help me with this, bounder.
Well, I think that's all the quests around... Oh, man, how am I always accidentally messing up the camera so badly? But anyways, that's all the quests I think I can grab around here. I should probably talk to the hide-and-seek guy first. And then I'll probably do the mail quest.
Thanks for your help, Rockotara. Hiders and seekers is not much fun when your friends always hide in the same places. I don't think it's a game they're very good at. Wait a minute. You say that Daisy mentioned hiding until I found everyone else? That's strange. I thought Polo was the only other hobbit I was supposed to be looking for. They mentioned maybe getting Odo to play, and I didn't think they'd actually do it. Yeah, the coins I promised you, but it sounds like your work as a seeker may not be done yet, Rockotara. This is serious, Rockotara. I thought I was only playing hiders and seekers with Polo and Daisy, but it sounds like they've talked to Odo Pipes and convinced him to play as well. You'd think they might have mentioned that to me. At any rate, Odo has a reputation for being the best hider in all the Shire. At least as good as old Bilbo was in his day, or so it's said among folks in the Bird and Baby. I don't know if it's true, but I do know that unlike Daisy and Polo, Odo Pipes is sure to have a capital hiding place, the very best. I'll have more coins for you if you can find him, Rockotar. He'll be hiding somewhere in Michael Delving, so don't wander too far. You might want to talk to Polo and Daisy again. They might be able to tell you where he could be hiding. One thing I like about this quest is it doesn't actually tell you at all where he's hiding, so you actually have to find him. Of course, I've, played this quest before, so I kind of already know where he is, but let me not reveal his hiding place just yet, because I just remembered before I also do the mail quest and finding that guy, I need to go over this way, this section back here, because I believe there's another important quest I just remembered that I need to collect. The difficulty guy over here. There's a reason they have the difficulty guy over here, and that's because when you finish the tutorial area, which is the same tutorial area that I did, if you play as a hobbit, you get sent over here instead. This is essentially the same exact crafting quest that I did before, except, with a hobbit sending you to the hobbit crafting area. I don't think I'm going to bother voice acting that, because it's just going to be similar to what that other guy in the Breeland said. But I am definitely going to be voice acting this guy. As you can see, his quest is different. That's because this is the Hobbit area prologue story quest. And I was thinking that I should probably do all of the prologue story quests, since they're all pretty relevant to the story, even though you only have to do, well, you don't even have to do any of them technically, but, you're meant to do the prologue before you reach the proper, start of the story, where all the prologues converge into one storyline for all races. But you can do all of them if you want as well, and you get extra story tidbits if you do all of them. So why not? But anyways, let me talk to this guy.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Oh yes, and if you didn't notice, it's that same guy who was complaining in the intro and about boar meat and all that. But anyways.
This is outrageous, Rockotar. I will not be satisfied until I receive compensation for my treatment at the hands of those Blackwolves. I have been most ill-used, and it is more than any hobbit would stand. A Sackville Baggins should be able to travel throughout the Shire, and even into Breeland, if he wishes it, without danger of being abducted. And when a Sackville Baggins is promised gold, he had better receive some gold when the whole thing is done with. It is only fair. I wrote this letter while you were off looking for John Brackenbrook. It doesn't include the business with the brigands burning Archet, or that ranger becoming so queer, but it is sure to be enough for old Floor Dumpling. Take my letter to Mayor Will Wetfoot and Michael Delving. He'll be just outside Town Hall, which will be to your left, surrounded by hedges when you enter town. And now, back to the area we were just at. I'll probably just cut to when I'm back there, because it's not a particularly interesting ride to get there.
5 minutes later.
Here's another quest I almost forgot about right here along the way I just ran into. Remember that letter from the, when I had just finished the intro that you get from a Hobbit character? This is the Hobbit character who sent that letter, Bingo Boffin. He has a whole massive quest line that you can do as well, so let me start that too, why not? It's another reason.
Pleasant day to you, friend.
Excuse me, I was trying to say it's another reason to go to the Shire so I can start this quest line, because it goes through several other areas.
A pleasant day to you, friend. If you have a moment or two to spare, do you think I might trouble you for a spell? My name is Bingo of the Delving Field Boffins, and it is so rare for me to see new folk on the path that runs by my hole. It is a pleasure to meet you. I've been feeling a mite lonely these days, you see, and could use a festive occasion on the horizon to put a spring in my step, to occupy my thoughts. Perhaps a dinner party would do the trick. Yes, that sounds capital. I will invite my neighbors and you as well, of course. Could you run down to the Michael Delving Market and assess some of the produce on display? Tell me what foods look particularly delicious, and what may give me the spark of inspiration for a course or three to serve at my party. The market is to the south of my hobbit hole. Such an ordinary, average request that no one would ever expect would spiral into a grand adventure. And now we shall talk to the mayor with the letter of complaint.
How do you do?
Oh, wait, actually. I was just thinking. I knew it. Before I turn in the quest, let me actually read the letter of complaining that Mundo wrote.
To the Mayor, Will Whitfoot of Michael Delving. I am writing to you from the town of Archet, Mayor, and I have some outrageous news to report. Before you arrived in office, many members of my family have been comfortable with traveling throughout the Shire, indeed even into Breeland on occasion, and felt no fear or danger to their persons or effects. Now that you are in office, Mayor, the situation is much different. I have been put in the way of harm at the hands of unsavory big folk, and I am holding you personally accountable, Whitfoot. You will pay just compensation for the damage to my peace of mind and the loss of comfort this experience has caused me, and you will do so at once. I direct you to make this payment to my Aunt Lobelia at Bag End. She will hold it for me until I have settled my senses enough and feel ready to make the trip to Hobbiton. You had better do this, Whitfoot, or you can say goodbye to your position as mayor. Mundo Sackville Baggins, concerned citizen.
Goodness. If the people here are like that, I must try not to upset them.
What's this? Oh dear, a letter from a Sackville Baggins is not something you want to see. He's holding me personally accountable for its troubles in Breeland. I wasn't even there. I'd never even been outside the Shire, and now I'm supposed to pay just compensation to his family? But he took no harm and was in Archet of his own accord.
The truth of the matter is, there is no truth to the matter.
You don't happen to know why I wanted to be mayor, do you? Because I seem to have forgotten. I've thought about Mundo's demand that I pay compensation for his ill treatment in Breeland, Rockotar, and I'm not going to do it. We simply can't afford to pay money to satisfy a single hobbit for an experience that was his own fault to begin with. The Sackville Bagginses have never liked me either. I think it was one of them that started calling me Flower Dumpling, after the root of the town hall gave way and buried me in chalk. You know, I don't mind when the sheriffs call me that, but from the Sackville Bagginses is just too much. The time has come to take a stand. I will not be bullied by the Sackville Bagginses any longer. They can't push me around, and I don't mind telling them that. Well, actually, I'm a little busy. Run along to Bag End north of Hobbiton, and tell Lobelia that for me, will you? This poor mayor. Getting bullied for Mundo's bad experiences. I'd say it's time to do the mail at long last, but, well, actually, there's also that whole thing with Bingo Boffin wanting us to find produce, which is still in this area, but, yeah. My point is, regardless, my recording has been going for quite some time now, so I should probably stop here and, you know, continue in the, next, my character still has the sleepy face. Oh, whoops, I zoomed in too much. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and, if you did, leave a like. Tell me something in the comments down below if that's what you want to do. And I have social medias you can follow with links in the description down below. And I have a main channel where I make, like, movie reviews and stuff like that. If you want to follow that, also a link in the description down below. But most importantly of all, always remember to be iconic.